Hey YouTube, it's Grace and welcome to episode 41 of my series where I make every single painting from Minecraft in real life, and this week we are making the Fern painting. Before we dive into this video, I just wanted to remind you that I have tutorials on Etsy that you can download to follow along if you would like to try and make this painting for yourself and you need something a little more detailed than just a YouTube video. I show examples of the colors that I use, how to make the grid, and a bunch of other details. So check those out if you're interested. But without further ado, let's get into it. I've got my reference pulled up, I've got my canvas, I'm ready, let's do this. This canvas is 18 inches and my reference image is 48 by 48 pixels, so the way we figure out the size of each pixel is I take those 18 inches divided by 48 and get 0.375, so each little tiny pixel is going to be 0.375 inches. And now that all these lines are marked out, I'm going to go ahead and use a ruler to connect them all and make the grid. And here's how the grid looks done. I think it turned out pretty good. So next I'm going to add a layer of clear primer just to seal this in and make sure that it doesn't turn the paint gray over time. Because if I were to just paint over it as is, we don't want that. Here's how it looks right after I applied the primer. I am going to let this set for the rest of the day just so that it's completely dry, but I should be good to start on the color tomorrow. Now, usually I paint my borders first, but I got down here and completely forgot about that. So I'm marking out the flame area first, and the way that I do that, I mixed all three of my colors. I'm going to start from the bottom corner, but I'm going to pretend the border's here, so instead of starting from this one, I'm actually starting from this one. Counted over 11, up 12, and then dotted these out. Use these ones as a reference to that one. So I'm just going to dot out all the colors and then fill them in. In the past, a lot of people have asked me how I know like which color each pixel is, where the colors go. There is no way to cheat around this. You literally just have to zoom in and count really carefully and hope that you don't mess up. Here's how the flame looks done. I'm going to start filling in some of the black pixels around it next. It kind of looks black on camera, but this section at the bottom is actually a super dark brown, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. I mixed this color a while ago, so I don't remember exactly how I mixed it. I'm pretty sure it was just like a dark brown, maybe a little bit of black and red. This is my next color, which I also kind of took a base of a color that I already had, but I added a bunch of dark titanium white, a little bit of white, and some of this to end up with like a warmish light brown color. I'm going to try to match this section here. This one's more orangish, but I've blocked out this so far. And I used these four colors to mix this, which I'm going to use all the way around for the border. Here's how it looks after my first painting session. I would keep going, but you know, the border is still wet and I would get paint all over the side of my hand, so I will see you later. I'm starting to think that somebody wants to come in and help me. Desi? Come in. Are you here to help? So I just did some white, light gray, and then like a lighter version of this dark brown here, which it looks kind of reddish because this has red in it. And then I also did this brown color, which I just took this one and added a bunch of this into it. So next, if you look at my reference, there's some more black and brown pixels here that are pretty similar to ones that I've already mixed, so I'm gonna fill those in. I just mixed this dark green color and I'm going to use it for the darkest green pixels on the side of the canvas, which are mostly just around the blacks, and then you see they get lighter as you get further from them. So I'm getting kind of bored of this section, so I'm moving on to the top right section, and here you'll see it's kind of like a warm brown color, so I mixed a warm gray color, sorry, so I mixed this just by using this with a little bit of this. I just mixed a super dark, almost bluish gray, and I'm gonna fill it in with this dark gray color here. You'll see that this one's more warm, this one's a little cooler, and then this one's dark and cool, so I think I'm gonna like mix these two to get that one, if that makes sense. I'm filling in this part of the painting now with a lighter gray, which corresponds here. just kind of works its way lighter. I've done a few different shades of gray now. I'm working on the lightest one where obviously I just took a light gray and mixed white. But yeah, making pretty good progress today. I'm gonna start filling out the other shades of green up in the top right corner. So I just mixed this one with some light green, yellow, and white. I'm doing two other colors now. This green here is a little bit darker. I just took the light green and added some darker green and a little bit of brown to it. And then this one is more of a brownish green. And I just, you know, added more brown to it. So I'm just filling these in. I got bored of doing greens, so I'm moving on to this brown section here, which I just mixed this color by mixing these two. And just like that, the first coat is finished. It looks a little funky without like the second coat and the details and the blending colors and everything, but like this is the rough draft and I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. Now, as you can see, this part of the painting here has only had the first coat and this part has had the second coat. You can see the paint is a lot less transparent. The lines are a lot cleaner. So yeah, that is the main goal of the second coat. I'm just keeping all the colors the same and just kind of going over everything again. I think I officially have the second coat of this painting done. The lines are looking so much better. The paint is looking so much more opaque. You can really kind of start to see it coming together, which I really like. But the next step is really going to bring everything to life, which is the blending. Actually, I just realized I missed this. Hold on. Anyway, the third step is going to be blending. So the way that I do that is I take two colors, mix them 50-50, and then use the transition color on the seam between those two. So I'll definitely do it here. I'll do it a lot in here, especially on these like gradient parts and then around the edges. It just makes everything look so much better and more detailed, in my opinion. I just finished blending everything in this top left corner, and this is how it should look once the blending's done. So you can see in that top left corner, everything looks pixely, it looks blurry, it just has that gradient effect. And then everywhere else, it's still like kind of blocky. So I'm gonna be repeating this process pretty much everywhere in the painting. My last step is adding a blending color around the edges of the border just to kind of pixelize it. All I did was take this color and add a little bit of white to it, and I ended up with this. And here is the finished painting. Honestly, I am really happy with it. I feel like the design's pretty simple, but it comes together so well. Here's a close-up so you can see all those different blending colors that I use. I especially like this top left corner. And then here it is from further away. If you would like to see a better quality photo of this painting I just made, I'll have one up on my Instagram. And I also put short form videos up on there if you would like to see those as well. I am super happy with how this painting turned out. And as you can probably tell in the background up here, I actually still have the painting that I made from the last video and an even older one from a while back. So if you would like to support me and you would like a Minecraft painting in your house, then send me a message because I am looking to sell these. For copyright reasons, I cannot make prints of these, so these are the only ones of these designs that I will be making for the foreseeable future. But I do not have room to store all of them from this series in my house, so I would love for you guys to get some more enjoyment out of them and to find a loving home for them. So like I said, if you're interested in purchasing one of these, then send me a message on Instagram. I will reply to you as soon as I possibly can. But these guys just look so cool together. I love them so much. But anyways, I think that about concludes this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in my next one.